Good morning, Columbia. Thank you so much for waking up with us. I'm Curtis Wilson.
I'm Tyler. It's 5:01. Finally, Friday.
Yeah, Friday, and I'm sitting here.
I know.
Off weekend from On Patrol Live, so I get to hang out with you guys. Yeah, you talked about some rain coming, so I'm sure that's going to benefit all that nonsense that's been happening with these forest fires and all that. So normally, typically on a Friday, be like, come on, no rain on a weekend.
Well,
but
not all the
with
weekend.
It's not all weekend?
Not today and tomorrow, but Little Lands. We get to enjoy half the weekend.
Oh, that's good.
So University of Colorado State University, rather, has come out with a hurricane predictions for this year. So 17 named storms, 9 becoming hurricanes, and 4 becoming Category 3 or higher. That's not too far from average. 14 is the average, 7 for named, and 3. So not too far above the average.
Okay.
So slightly better than last year.
Well, our name's going to be like for a hurricane. I haven't had one for Curtis.
No, I don't think there's been a Tyler.
You know?
There really should be. We need to talk to talk to those folks at the Weather Service, the Hurricane Center.
Has it been a Noah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Noah.
What about a Charles?
Yes, I believe so.
I know it hasn't been no Keneal.
There's not been a Keneal or an Austin for that matter, probably. But anyway, so yeah, don't forget hurricane
season. What kind of storm would you be?
Oh, I'd be an awesome one. There'd be so much going on. I would be just like a puppet master, playing around, moving things around.
Really?
You know, raining, blowing, just causing a mess.
I'd be a calm, cool, collected one compared to him blowing. Let's get some weather. You know this line? What's up, Doc? Who said that? Of course you know. It was me. Well, Bugs Bunny first. So, speaking about Bugs Bunny, we got to celebrate that rabbit. His favorite snack. It's International Carrot Day. And the vegetable is known for its iconic color, orange. But did you know carrots also come in many other colors too, like yellow, white, red, and even purple. Carrots are packed with vitamins and health benefits, including lowering cholesterol levels and improving your eye health. Also, their carotene antioxidants have been linked to reduce risk of cancer. You shaking your head no on that useless trivia. Doesn't improve your eyes? No?
It's World War II propaganda.
World War II propaganda,
Really?
he says.
You're saying that that's fake news. World War II propaganda. And
that's coming from useless trivia.
Which, you know.
Which that was a bit of useless info, you said.
Britain didn't want to tell Germany they had radar.
Oh, Britain didn't want to tell Germany they had radar. That had to do with carrots?
What does that have to do with carrots?
They said they ate a lot of carrots.
They ate a lot of carrots. All right, thank you,
All
sir.
right, Britain didn't want to tell Germany they had radar. So they said they ate a lot of carrots. That's how they knew this stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that spinach doesn't get your forearms big. I can't believe it myself. It's crazy.
Okay. There we go.
Nothing? All right.
But it's also tabbed out for that trivia question. Let's jump into that for you. First one for today. True or false? Carrots are made mostly of water.
I'd say it's true.
Yeah, I think it's true too.
I think it's true. Kind of like we're made mostly of water.
This is true.
Yeah.
The earth is made mostly of water.
It is. I forgot to look up to see if carrots, if that's true, what useless trivia was saying about propaganda in World War II.
I'm going to look it up too. Let me check and see.
Check it out. All right, today is Jeep 4x4 Day. Gotta love a good Jeep, right? In June of 1940, the U.S. Army asked automakers to create a quarter-ton light reconnaissance vehicle. 135 automakers were solicited. Only 3 said, sure, we'll take a shot at it. And the prototype, of course, that was selected was delivered by Willis Overland. That was on November 11th of 1940. Now, the name Jeep is sort of a mystery. Why is it called Jeep? Many people think that it's a play on the general purpose, or GP, as it was called. So, you know, you say it fast, Jeep, GP, GP, Jeep. There it is. I'm pretty sure that's probably exactly what it is. All right, now guys, the Jeep is often considered the most patriotic vehicle make, as much as apple pie in some cases. That's because of its history of military service, and that it even still gives military members discounts and incentives if you want to buy a Jeep. So, America, if you got a Jeep. How about that, Curtis?
I'm built like a Jeep. I'm rugged.
That's right. I still don't know what's up with the ducks. You ever notice the Jeeps that got ducks across their dashboard? I don't understand what that is.
It's a law enforcement thing, but I'll tell you about it later.
The ducks?
What is it? What is it? In Florida, they give ducks to law enforcement. Yeah, I said in Florida, Daytona, they give ducks to the law enforcement officers.
Well, maybe, but all the Jeeps, though, I know Jeep drivers who are not cops, and they have ducks.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But Jeeps are cool, aren't they?
They are pretty cool.
Love them. So, all right, Jeep 4x4 day.
All right. What do you have, T?
So, list of things that we dog parents do. Fridays we should talk about dogs that pet parents do that drive veterinarians crazy. Well, I guess you don't have a dog, but if you did, it drives veterinarians crazy, according to Your Tango, when people take advice from a breeder as opposed to a veterinarian. Veterinarians are obviously specially trained. Breeders may have some information, but not always are they looking out for the best interest of the pet.
Okay.
Ask what to do, and then we do the opposite. So say, hey, Doc, what should we do?
Why ask the question?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But people do that. Not researching a particular breed before getting it, and that goes into the reason of the overpopulation problem and why there's so many pets that end up in like the Humane Society, because you get a dog and it turns out it's the wrong kind of dog. You don't like it, so you just give it away, or you give it to the Humane Society for someone else.
They realize they just don't have the patience and energy and time.
Yep, exactly.
To the pet.
And with that, not giving higher energy dogs enough activity. If you get get a higher energy dog, you gotta work them out. Mm-hmm. And retractable leashes. Everybody says they're, even Ruby Red, our dog expert, hates retractable leashes, and I guess veterinarians do too, because they can snap and they can hurt the dogs and stuff like that. So there you go. There's your list there, doggy parents. Let's not do that collectively. So, it reminds me, I gotta get Nixon for his checkup. I always forget. I always forget to bring him in. Anyway, all right. So what do you say? The show's gone to the dogs already.
I see.
You're not the best color commentator on the planet for nothing, sir.
No. Who says you have to try everything once? It's National Picky Eaters Day. Hooray for us. Shrimp brand CPAC surveyed more than 2,000 parents and found that the average American parent spends up to 67 hours a year in negotiations with their picky eaters. Survey also found that most of the mealtime meltdowns occur over not wanting to eat vegetables. Well, other barriers include kids not liking the smell of the food, the way that their meal looks, or they simply don't want to try something new. All three of those are me right there. It's got to look good, it's got to smell good, and I got to feel like, okay, I'll try this. It's tough. I don't know why I'm such a picky eater. I don't know how. They should come up with that. Why are you picky?
I don't know. See, and it drives me crazy when parents negotiate. It's no negotiation. You're a child. You eat what's put in front of you. If you don't like it, you get hungry enough. Hang on. You're a child. If you get hungry enough, you're going to eat it. You eat what's put in front of you. You don't get to choose. There's no negotiations.
All right, so
you eat it.
There was a time my mom took us to a cousin's house in the whole 9 yards, and Aunt made some squash, put it on the plate with the rest of the food. Okay, there was 3 other siblings: my older brother, my sister, me, and my younger sister. All 4 of us had to sit at that table. Everybody was gone. We had to sit at the table until we ate that squash.
That's how that goes. That's called parenting.
The 3 did. I ended up being there the longest. And to this day, I'm traumatized over squash.
Yeah. That's why I don't eat seafood, I think. No lie. If we would have fish, I wouldn't eat it or flat out refuse. I would get it the next day in my lunchbox in a tin foil. And if you think that's as nasty as it sounds, it is. Day-old fish in a lunchbox sitting there in the classroom until lunchtime. It was awful.
They had a dog. I tried my best to give that squash to the dog. Didn't quite work
Coming off
out.
my soup box.
Yeah.
Eat what's put in front of you, kids. There's no negotiation. There's no crying. There's no crying at the dinner table. I'm actually kind of picky myself now, but we're adults, Curtis. We get to be.
Yeah.
That's the nice thing.
True or false? Carrots are made mostly of water. It is true. 88% of it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice job. And 100% of people in the QR Code Club got it right.
Yeah.
Nice job.
That other 12% I don't like. It's picky day. Somebody sent me a message saying that your zodiac sign has to do with whether or not you're a picky eater.
How would that?
I don't believe that. I don't know.
I don't know. What's your sign?
Aquarius and Capricorn.
Okay.
Born on the cusp between 2.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a
You're
Scorpio.
Taurus. Oh,
Scorpio.
I was going to guess that.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Indeed.
What is Scorpios? What does that mean about you?
We're very loyal, very passionate about, I mean, it's so funny. I don't know how much I buy that stuff, because you can make any of these traits
To fit you.
You kind of look at it. You can make almost anything fit. but service-driven. You know, all the things that are right, but I don't know. I guess I've never looked at a Taurus. I might.
How does it work when it comes to relationships? There's just sign compatible with that sign.
I've never really had any luck with that.
No.
No, I mean, two Scorpios don't get along generally, but it's just because we're wired that way.
So then that works then for you, right?
Right, but it doesn't. But I don't know that would be a good one. Like I need to find an Aquarius or something.
Ah, gotcha.
I don't know.
I'm taken.
Well, darn. There goes that. What is wrong with you?
Let's get some weather. Did you know that your email can tell a lot about your age? Yeah, turns out it's more noticeable than you think. Whenever you see an email today, it usually has a few extra letters or maybe some numbers at the end of it. But back in the day, you needed an invitation to create an email. For Gmail, at least, so it was easier to put your first and last name. People also pointed out that if you use or had a Hotmail, Yahoo, or AOL, it also gives away how old you might be.
AOL's still around. I mean, I still have friends that have AOL addresses.
Yeah.
You know? But I see, okay, that makes sense though. So you don't have like Tyler.Ryan.12345 because there's tons of other Tyler Ryans kind of thing.
Is Earthlink still at? Remember, it was at earthlink.net was one as well.
I remember Earthlink.
Back with AOL.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I would think, but I know AOL emails still work. I don't remember, you've got mail.
Yeah.
Remember all that? Yeah. But that's why, Gmail is like Tyler Ryan Online because, it was already gone. I didn't act fast enough.
Gotcha.
But there you go.
Oh,
Earthlink
still exists. Okay.
All right. There you go. Email. Where would we be without it? Tell you what, mail guys would have a lot better time.
Yeah.
A lot more
Postal
needed.
Service would thrive still.
Yeah. You what?
Postal Service would still be thriving.
Yeah. Yeah. Pigeons would have something to do. It's good.
Okay. Time now for the second trivia question. What year was the first email sent? 1959, 65, 71, 1980? I remember AOL and Earthlink and all that was in the 80s, but I'm not saying that was the first one.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it was. I don't know. 71. I know. 65. 65.
Huh.
65. That's where I'm headed to.
All
Yep.
right.
There's a QR code right there. Take a guess. I say
I think
1965.
technology was around 65.
Yeah, you had computers back then. Remember you had what was the name of those two first computers?
IBM?
No, not companies, but there was two.
Oh.
I can't remember what they're called. They're great big, like as big as this building computers.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go with 65.
well, yeah, you're around, so I guess so.
yes, I was. And
QR
thank you for
code.
sending me that first email too. Appreciate that. QR code's right there. Tyler Ryan Online.
Big games this weekend. You got tonight. You got USC, the Gamecocks, playing against Texas. Tomorrow, though, you got the men in the Final Four. And you got all four number ones
Right.
playing, and that hadn't happened since 2008. So you got two SEC teams, Florida and Auburn, going to go at it. Auburn's number one overall.
Okay.
And then you have, let's say, Duke and Houston going to go at it. So who's going to come out on top to play on Monday?
Monday. Okay.
Yeah. And, of course, with the women, it'd be Sunday, the championship.
Right. Maybe the USC Gamecocks.
Yeah. See what happens.
Guys, you might remember on Tuesday, our Pet of the Week, we met Parker with the Columbia Animal Services. A cute, great little three-legged little guy. He got hit by a car. They had to remove one of his legs, and he was bouncing on a little tripod, bouncing around. The next day, he was adopted. We heard back from Haley Foote from Columbia Animal Services, and I just want to say thanks. And I love having the dogs on. Love seeing them actually finding a home, forever home. So Parker got adopted.
Good deal to the family.
Yeah, it's good stuff. He's going to make one heck of a great dog for somebody, whoever adopted him. So anyway, good news for that. So. All right, let's go ahead and talk about some weather. Good news in that, if you like warm weather. I know you
Sure.
like it more cold, though. You don't like it
Yeah,
hot.
not too hot, but I'll take what we got coming.
Well, good. I'm glad because...
Got no choice.
Exactly.
Driving in silence might sound like torture, but it can actually be very beneficial to you. According to mental health experts, driving in silence, especially after a long day, offers the ability for you to check in with yourself. It also allows you to ground yourself and to simply cruise down the road with no thoughts and an empty head. If nothing else, it makes for a very interesting challenge. There you go. Quiet thoughts. Should be driving when you do that, Tyler. Not just actually just standing, but.
I was doing weather in silence. What?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I actually do drive in quiet a lot.
Yeah.
I just turn it off and just, it's not a bad way to do it. It doesn't give me much peace. I still scream and swear at everybody else on the road, but but
A lot of pet peeves about the road, that's for sure.
Oh my goodness gracious. Get out of the left-hand lane.
Yeah.
And you know what's amazing to me? I can't figure out how a four-way stop is so challenging to people. Do they not teach what to do on a four-way stop in Drive Red down here?
They should.
I mean, it's simple. You come up to it. If you come at the same time, the guy on the right goes first. If you come up different times, whoever gets there, it's okay to go.
Mm-hmm.
May I go back to silence? Serenity now.
So we asked you the question, what year was the first email sent?
Turns out it was 1971. The first email was sent by Ray Tomlinson, who was a young engineer at a firm called Bolt, Breakneck, and Newman. Tomlinson is also credited with the iconic @ symbol that every email has.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
All right, new news. We got the 5, 6, and 11. And of course, have a great weekend.
Be good to each other.